We are so back. We are so back. It's been 30 minutes. I've had 30 minutes to think about the 30 minutes I just spent thinking about the 30 minutes that I had, and we're so back. So, those of you that weren't here earlier, we've got NECC Rocket League tonight. This is the third week. This is the second to last game that we'll be streaming this week. I've got League tomorrow. Although, if it goes to midnight, I low key don't know if I'm going to be able to stream until midnight because I have stuff to do on Friday. So we'll have to see. But we've got Rocket League. SWOSU Blue versus SNU. Shout out to my SNU homies. And I'm not going to tell the entire story that I told 30 minutes ago. Somebody is really excited in the arena. You love to hear it. And actually, when we were doing Rivals the other day, we had like a whole audience. We had like 2 rows of people. And then they left after the first game. So, appreciate the support for the one game at least. Not everybody has all the time in the world. But yeah, just waiting on an invite, praying that the game didn't get pushed off another half an hour. I'm going to go check real quick so I don't look like an idiot. We seem to be good. Put that I'm ready for the invite, but yeah, I've been having a pretty good day. It's been pretty slow. I have one class and then played games the rest of the day. I know, terrible. I know. I'm looking forward to some Rocket League, though. Got a peace tea here. Kobe's invited me. There we go. All right. We are getting in there. I wish I had a cool car. I kind of look like a loser in this stack. Actually, this isn't even my account. Thomas looks like a loser in this stack. My car would be so awesome. I'm definitely not level 1 and have the same car or anything. Couldn't possibly be me. I still need to try this game out. And I have a controller. I don't know if this game on keyboard and mouse exists. Like, I know it exists, obviously, but, like, I think it's probably kind of the Call of Duty effect. I'm guessing this was first, but Call of Duty, like, Call of Duty esports, they pretty much just play on controller, as far as I know. So I don't know if there's a... Actually, you know what? I've got some time. Let me look it up real quick. Let me just not... Rocket League keyboard and mouse? Maybe? Let's see. Oh, the faithful Reddit. Surely this will be great. A lot of people play on controller because veterans came from PS3. Most players use controller. I wish I stuck with it. They both have benefits. Okay. That's kind of how I figured. But let's get into this first game. Let's do it. Mr. Spectator, click the auto cam, and now I wait for the chat because, goodness me, sometimes it doesn't work as well as we hoped. Looks like they've also got a spectator. Sick. Chud. What a lovely clan tag. Oh no. Oh no. What's wrong this time? I just realized as well. Oh, he's in the bathroom. It shows the time of the game, like the game timer next to the chat, which is sick. We are so back though. Are we ready to start? We good? Maybe? Well, on the side of SNU, we've got Bubba. I, I don't. I'm guessing that's Miles and Lando. And on the side of SWOSU, we've got Applebee's, Bandit, Drew, and Clicks. And yeah, Clicks has definitely changed his name because I didn't think it was like 300 letters. But nevertheless, we've got ourselves what looks to be first to 4, best of 7 tonight. Let me just fill this out a little more. Let's get on going. 5 minutes on the clock. Everybody here should know the deal by now. Unless you're just tuning in, you've never seen Rocket League before. In which case, I will explain. There are 5 minutes on the clock. They're all in cars, as you can tell. There's a soccer ball, and we don't want it to go in the blue goal. Seems fair enough. Seems fair enough. Clicks just playing defense for now. And a lot of Rocket League is just this neutral game, but SWOSU almost managed to find a score. Click shooting his shot, unfortunately going to go a little bit wide. I still haven't treated myself to watching like professional Rocket League. I don't know if those matches are like no scores for 5 minutes and then like a 10-minute overtime where one team scores, or if they're both just nuclear and score like 15 on each other. I'm not really sure, but looks like we're just taking each other out because we can. Click's trying to get something set up, and the follow-up is just a little bit late. Drew's going to take out Bubba, but an even trade for now. Applebee's Bandit trying to set something up. Yeah, it's just a lot of back and forth. Drew might be able to take a shot, but it was a fake out for Applebee's Bandit. Unfortunately, not going to connect because the defender did defend it, as his job is to do. All right, but now we lock in. Fully locked in. 100% locked in. Even though I am tired, Applebee's Bandit going to take a shot, going to bounce off of the crossbar. It's not going to quite find the mark. Down to under 3 minutes, though, and Clicks with a nice opportunity, but Bubba once again just being that defender. Locking down, I almost said locking down the site. Locking down the goal. I'm gonna turn it into Valorant terms. Commentate a different game in a different game's terms. In Fortnite terms. So Clicks is, well, I guess Clicks is technically like a Fortnite player, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he's one of like the really good Fortnite players. I actually used to watch Fortnite esports a long time ago, back when it was like getting really popular, before like the Chapter 2 stuff. It was a fun time to watch. I was good at Fortnite, like a little. Hold on no. Miles just gonna be able to get that one out. Very close from the side of SWOSU. 2 minutes on the clock. But as I was saying, I used to be pretty good at Fortnite. I used to play on controller, like on Xbox, and then I swapped over to keyboard and mouse, and I just had like decent keyboard and mouse mechanics. But the game has evolved since then, and everybody's kind of a god at it, and it kind of feels like a different game. So I don't really know. Last time I played it, I ran into some dude at 0 ping, and he just stole my entire wall from me and insta-killed me, and then ran off and didn't even loot. It's like, okay, cool. I guess. Awesome. Wonderful. I feel like it'd be fun to play again, though. Especially now that I have, like, close to 0 ping. It might be nice, but... almost. Both teams just trying to get 1 point on the board here. And this is essentially what Rocket League is, from what I've seen. There's just a lot of neutral. Typically, I would argue that more games, at least that I've streamed, have been like neutral fests where neither team scores anything for like 5 or 6 minutes, and then one team scores. And that's like the first game, and then the other games are just pandemonium. So I'm kind of hoping that's how this is going to end. I'd like to see a lot of back and forth. I mean, well, I'd like to see SWOSU domination, but I'd rather see back and forth goals than no goals, if that makes sense. But both teams just trying hard. 30 seconds left before we get an overtime. Oh, and that's going to be Miles scoring for SNU first. Getting a little greedy going for the ball there instead of just defending Drew. Oh, it went off to the left a little bit. Drew had that if that didn't go to the left. So that'll be a first point on the board. First point of the series going to SNU. Now SWOSU have 27 seconds to make something happen. Drag this to an overtime if you can. And I mean, it's simply the team with the most points by the end of it. And if it goes to overtime, it's the first team to score. And that is how Rocket League works. It's a lovely thing, but 6 seconds left on the clock. SWOSU have got to get something going right now. And it looks like they won't be able to get it. So SNU taking the first game 1-0 over SWOSU. The boys can definitely bounce back, though. They got that. You know, my favorite thing, actually, about commentating Rocket League is if SWOSU gets down, like, 2 games or something, Kobe just goes nuclear in the chat. He's like, guys, you need to lock in. You need to lock in. It's so funny. But yeah, Miles, Mr. Chud himself or herself, who knows, getting SNU on the board. Why is the ping like in increments of 4? I mean, I guess these are also like this is an increment of 5, but like 16 and then 16 and then 20, and it just bounces between 20 and 16. So like a more even distribution of ping. I mean, SNU is close to us anyway. Well, close enough. So maybe it's just maybe we're all in the same ping. Who really knows? Also, we could have done. I don't know if they like if there's like. Okay, this is actually a thing in Smash. I don't know if it much matters in Rocket League, but I wonder if there are like legal stages and illegal stages, or if teams just get to choose. Maybe it's like a. I don't know. I feel like the stages don't have any impact on the actual game in Rocket League. I could be wrong. I'm not necessarily a professional at this game. My knowledge is limited to what I've seen here. But Drew finding a little bit of a maneuver. Get the ball over the SNU car, but not a whole lot to find off of the back of it. So also looking like they want to try to set something up, though, getting a little bit aggressive. And actually, Applebee's Bandit's going to take out one of the defenders, but the other defender is just there. Lando Bando. The GOAT, I guess. Applebee's Bandit going to try to get it through, and it's not going to happen. So SWOSU off to a little bit of a rocky start. I mean, they're getting some picks onto the cars, but not able to capitalize off of it super well. Probably just some warm-up games, to be honest. I know they just got out of ranked. Might be a different environment. I'm actually not sure how the ranked versus like the real like premier competitiveness in this game. I'm not sure where the line is drawn there, because in a game like Overwatch, or I mean not Overwatch obviously, but like I would even say like a tactical shooter like Valorant or Counter-Strike. That's so unlucky for SWOSU. That should have been a goal. But the game when you're playing with a 5-stack against another 5-stack team is completely different. When I played Overwatch, like ranked, people just ran it. You know, if you were good at your role, you did really well. If you weren't good at your role, you didn't do well. That was kind of the baseline. But when you play in a team environment, if you're not great at your role, you can still win, and you can still get a lot of value. It's not necessarily about individual impact, more so like playing as a team, where I feel like ranked, yeah, sure, you could, I mean, playing as a team is better, but in ranked, when you're paired against some randoms, you're not really going to be able to play as a team very well. And I'm not sure if that's how Rocket League is, if it's like a completely different environment, because in other games, I mean, League of Legends, for instance, like watching our League team, everything seems kind of calculated. When I go load up League, granted I play ADC and I just kind of sit in the bot lane until we fight, but it's not nearly as calculated. It's like a completely different game. So I'm not sure if Rocket League's the same way. I would assume it's quite a bit different, but you never know. But half of the time is gone now on this match, and I'm not really getting the nuclear map that I thought I was going to be getting, or the nuclear game that I thought I was going to be getting. My premonition was incorrect. Click's trying to hit a little cool flip thing. It's kind of neat. So also going to have to play a little bit of defense right now. Ball on their side of the field. And now Drew looks like he wants to get something, and there he goes. The defender's a little bit asleep at the wheel from the side of SNU, and SWOSU are going to finally get a point on the board. A nice shot from Drew. What a crazy angle. Both defenders trying to get it, and that's going to be that's going to be what's the word? Not revenge. Revenge. We're going to go with revenge. I can't think of another word. It's going to be revenge for that other goal not going in earlier. So SWOSU getting on the board first in this game. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see if they can extend that lead, or at the very least keep it. That's the fun thing about this game to me. I mean, it wouldn't be fun to probably play against, but as watching it, I guess, once you get a goal, like, you don't necessarily have to go get more. You just kind of have to defend, because it's the first team to win by 1. So you could hold this 1-0 lead forever and still win the game. And Clicks right now is just all over the map, soaring high in the sky to defend that. I've also had this canker sore for like a week now, and it hurts. It's gotten a lot better, but it's kind of a pain to talk. but I will make it worth it. I will do my very, very best and write that 74 more times in sentence form when I get in trouble. Did you guys ever have to do that? Like in elementary school, you'd like talk out of turn. Like, yep, you're gonna go write some sentences about Mother Teresa for 2 hours in the hallway. Like that's really gonna make me not want to talk anymore, surely. Or like they would move your desk. I don't know. I was like a chatterbox as a kid. I wasn't necessarily a bad kid. I was just kind of a bored kid in class. Didn't really suit my liking, but I don't know. I just like talking to a lot of people, which is kind of funny now because now that I'm like an adult with my own stuff, I mean, I have my friend group and like I have friends and stuff, but I'm not super outgoing. I'm not like the most talkative person of all time. I don't really engage in conversation. If someone talks to me, I'll talk forever. But I don't really like I'm not the type of person to go out to like I don't know, like a party or something or like a celebration and go meet new people and talk to them. Nice block from Clicks though. 10 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if SWOSU can defend this and Drew's going to be there just in time. So it looks like, barring some crazy stuff, we're going to get an even series here on the board. SWOSU bringing it back, winning the second game 1-0. So an evened up series. Good job to the boys. The way that I write these down, because ever since we've had like this Chronicle thing, I've written down the scores. So I do it a little bit differently. I write like the names of the two teams like a T chart, and then if one team wins, like I guess I could turn on the webcam. I'm just way too lazy, and also I kind of look like I'm homeless. But I write down like the team, and then if they win, I'll write down like a check mark and the score they won by, and then the other team I'll write like an X, so to simplify that they lost. I like it like that. But these games are I mean, compared to the other esports that we have, not long at all. But if it goes to 7 games, then I don't know, bare minimum that's 35 minutes, which actually is so quick compared to a lot of games. League, for instance, 1 out of 3 games could be 7 or 35 minutes. It could be even longer, which is why I'm hesitant to stream all of League. Like, don't get me wrong, I like talking about League. I like seeing League. I enjoy the esport a lot. I enjoy the game a lot. But do I really want to commentate it from 7 p.m. to like 12:30 p.m. or 12:30 a.m. on a school night? It's kind of interesting. But to be fair, at some point we probably will set up like remote streaming so I could commentate from my house if I need to. So I'm pretty sure that there's supposed to be a curfew, and there we go. All right, Applebee's Bandit gonna find that off the back of the lag spike. I'm guessing that was just a game issue. But SWOSU once again on the board, looking pretty good, and it doesn't lag in the replay. So it could have been on my end, but SWOSU, less than a minute into this third game, getting a point on the board. And I think in a game like this, getting points early is like invaluable. I think it's one of those things where you feel better about the game knowing that you're in the lead. It's like, I don't know. It feels a little different to other games, and the only games I can really give you are like, I don't know, Counter-Strike, League, Valorant, all those. And there we go. All right. Well, I don't even get the chance to complain about it because Clicks is going to score again, and SWOSU are up 2-0. 20 seconds is all he needs. Yeah, the defenders both just kind of chasing after the ball instead of being there before it happens. This guy's got the Gentlemates thing. You know, I actually just watched Gentlemates go on an absolute tear in VCT. Martin set the kill record for best of 5 at 126 kills. The previous record was... oh, goodness. What was it? Like 106? Something like that? 111? I don't know. Some crazy stat. He went like plus 40. Which is ludicrous. But you never know. SWOSU going to have to defend here, though. And this Clicks guy, he's new to the team as far as I know, as of this semester. Unless it was someone who got a name change, I hadn't seen him before, but he looks like he's doing really really well. Plays very aggressively on defense and attack, or offense as most people would call it. And I can press tab and see, so Applebee's Bandit and Clicks both with 1 apiece. What is his name? Apparently Clicks. Hold on. Apparently Clixatira Manito. What does that mean? Is that just his full name? It's like his government name. I always thought that would be funny. Imagine coming up with a gamer tag and you just can't think of anything, so you just write your full government name. Like, imagine dying to, like, John Smith. Just some dude named John Smith who isn't creative in the slightest. I think that'd be funny. Then you've got people like Applebee's Bandit. Surely that's not their real name. But yeah, SWOSU keeping this lead so far. Gonna have to block that, and no, they blocked it. Less than half the time on the clock, and gonna have to really do something about this. This is a painfully awkward stalemate. SNU trying to get something done, but SWOSU just kind of waiting for the pressure to arrive, but they don't really react in time, and that's going to be a nice score from Lando Bando on the side of SNU, trying to tie this game up. SWOSU still won the lead, though, 2-1. I like the rat title as well, and the mystery machine on the little name card. But we do go again, and Clicks is just instantly getting taken out. They want no part of that. Drew, on the other hand, trying to set up Applebee's Bandit for a score. Can't quite find it, but don't leave them out yet. Clicks looking for another setup. SWOSU getting hungry for this lead to just get extended. Not a bad idea. It's the quality of offense and defense, and knowing when you need to be on one and when you need to be on the other. Of course, they are up, and as I said earlier, it would probably be easier to just defend while you're up instead of trying to, like, supersize the score. But, I mean, if you can do both, then why not? Both the defenders there for SWOSU. Drew taking the lead over there. 45 seconds left. And finally getting the car off of SWOSU's side of the field. Could be a little bit dangerous, but 2 defenders on the other side. You know, I wish this had, like, I think I talked about this a long time ago, but I wish this kind of had a mini-map in, like, the top left, where I could see where the cars are positioned. Maybe specifically for spectating, as opposed to actually playing the game, because the camera while you actually play the game is a little bit different. And I don't have to use auto cam. I could use director. I could go to each individual person. But honestly, auto cam's a lot easier, especially when I'm doing this by myself. Solo casting games where you have to do cams and cast is kind of rough, but Drew makes this all worth it. He's going to get another score for SWOSU, increasing the lead to 3-1. And I don't think SNU are going to be making that up. So, barring a horrible misplay from SWOSU and a genius outplay from SNU, I'm going to hold my tongue because I have the craziest caster curse in history. And that will do it. SWOSU taking the lead in this series, 2-1 over SNU. The first game, potentially just a little bit of a warm-up for the boys, but kicking in full effect. Now SWOSU up in the series, halfway to the victory. Job is not done, cannot stop there, but pretty even distribution of stats here for SWOSU. Drew took the most shots, Applebee's Bandit behind him, and they all have a save, they all have an assist, they all have a goal, just the amount of shots is really different. And even then, that's not really making a difference that much in their score. So all 3 of them playing to their greatest capabilities, you love to see it. And they're all Season 21 tournament winners, which is funny. Should I text my SNU guy and tell his team to lock in? I think he played Rocket League too. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe because we talked about esports a while ago. And I was telling him, oh yeah, I'm on like back when I was in the Overwatch team. It's like, yeah, I play Overwatch for SWOSU. He's like, oh, that's crazy. I love Rocket League. I'm tied in the esports for SNU. It's like, that's cool. I don't know if he actually played or not. I probably would know his gamer tag if I saw it, and none of these seem to be it. So, not on the team currently, at least. And that's going to be an open goal for Applebee's Bandit. I mean, taking 2 defenders out originally, getting SWOSU on the board here, couldn't get much easier than that. You've got 1 defender, just go over him. Or get your teammate to knock him out of the way. So SWOSU putting the pedal to the metal. Get it? Because they're in cars, guys. Goodbye, Bubba. Goodbye. But Applebee's Bandit having none of that. That's got to be a strategy. Oh, they're gonna attack your goal. Just take them out. Don't worry about the ball. The ball's not going anywhere if no one hits it. Oh, and that was rough. I saw that coming. That's gonna be the score evened up. Went fast. Drew tried to stop it, but didn't account for the third person there, ready to take the shot. Clicks just behind him a little bit, and that's gonna be the score evened up. 4:14 on the clock. SWOSU, let's lock in. I know we can do it. I've seen it done before. I'm pretty sure they're like... I'm pretty sure they're undefeated. I think. I should know because I've cast all the games, but a lot happens between these games, including other esports and school and life and all that stuff. So I don't remember. You know what? It's actually funny that I complain about this because I have a book right in front of me where I wrote down all the scores. Let me get you the inside scoop real quick. Hold on now. Had stuff for the Super Bowl. Yeah, SWOSU won. Oh, nice from Applebee's Bandit. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to read through this book, but he gets another score for SWOSU, gathering the lead to a 2-1. And grabbing it back. So SWOSU won their second game. Or was that the first? Okay, we started this last semester. So I either missed a game or it didn't actually get written down. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that they won their last game, or they won their last series 4-2. Not 100% sure about the first series, unless it was like a bye week or something. I'm not 100% sure. I kind of just show up and commentate and do my best to have a recollection of everything. And it used to be really bad, and then we got a book, and now it's not as bad. So there we go, but nearing halfway through the time bank of this specific game, SWOSU still with that lead. Only 1, but they could make that more. They could do it. I believe in them. You just don't want it to be even. And that's going to be the halfway mark. I don't know if I've ever actually watched a Super Bowl. I know my grandparents used to be really into it, and they would make predictions for who would win like the football season. And I don't know a thing about football. I know like a few players and some teams, but outside of that, not a whole lot of knowledge. I was in band for high school, and I was on drumline, so we had to go play for all the football games. But I also played for a high school whose football team was so bad. I think they went 0-10 or 0-11 one season. And it's just the Oklahoma school thing of putting all the money into your sports program only for it to do terribly, but it generates more revenue. So do you really care how well you do if you make more money? That's kind of how I imagine it is. But yeah, our football team wasn't really worth watching, to be honest, so I never really caught on to anything. I know you can get like, I want to say like a touchdown is, oh, I'm going to be so wrong on this. A touchdown is like 6 points, and if you score a field goal afterwards, you get 7 points instead, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, we used to do these predictions for like the football season, and I never knew anything about them, so I just picked the people who I thought had the cooler name team, and there we go. Clicks just gathering the score for SWOSU, 3-1, keeping this lead, keeping it intact, and adding to it at that. SWOSU in the position to make the series scoreline the same as this game scoreline here in 55 seconds. Let's see if they can manage it. I believe him. But it was ironic because most of the time I would actually do better than my grandparents and my brother over like guessing these football teams because I just picked the one that had the cooler name. Like, I mean, what was this Super Bowl? Like the Seahawks and the Patriots or something? I'd pick the Seahawks. I mean, I don't like the Patriots just because nobody else likes the Patriots, and I don't know. Kind of a boring name for a team. Also, what even is New England? That's not a thing. But Seahawks, though? I like that name. That's a cool name. So, I'd pick them. I also like the Raiders because they were hated, and I thought the little pirate flag thing was kind of cool as a kid. Now I really don't know. I don't know what my favorite team is. I'd have to look something up and be like, oh, that one has the coolest name. I don't know. It could be the Seahawks. That's a pretty cool name. But speaking of pretty cool, SWOSU winning 3-1 in this fourth game and also bring the series to a 3-1. That's pretty cool. You love to see it. Just one more game for the boys to secure this dub. See if they can get it. Applebee's Bandit making most of the goals. Clicks joining in with the assists and stuff. And Drew just taking a bunch of shots. You know what they should add? They should add a stat, like in the stat sheet, for enemies taken out. Like when you ram into them and everybody blows up. They should do that. Honestly, get me in the Rocket League development team. I've got some ideas. This game could be better. Back to spectate, press the 0 button, and we could be on for our last game of the series. SWOSU just need to lock it in. You know the drill, 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get it going. And I'm going to write a note. My note has been written. What's up, Harrington? Okay, well, 9 seconds in and we're already down a point. That's wonderful. That's a good start. Great start for SWOSU. You know, you humble us a little bit. Not the best start, but I mean, and like, here's the beauty of it. 4 minutes 51 on the clock. A lot of time to do something with. That goal is good for SNU, sure. And I mean, I'd rather have 1 over 0, but you've got a lot of time in the game to really make it back up. Let's see if SWOSU can, though. Let's see them even the score out and then get a higher score. And then they win the series 4-1. Oh my goodness, I can predict the future. I've got my scrying glasses on. I took Oracle classes as a CS major, and now I can predict the future. I'm like oh no, I'm gonna butcher her name. I'm not even gonna try to remember it. It's like the soothsayer from Holes. What was her name? I have to look it up. There's a Z in it. Madame Zeroni, that's who it was. Yeah, her. I knew it had a Z in it. It's probably been like maybe like 12 years since I've seen that movie. Maybe longer. It's been so long. It was a good movie though. I read the book as well. I honestly need to get back into the swing of like reading. I was a Warrior Cats kid growing up. Even in like high school, I read most of the books in elementary school because AR points were a thing, and well, I was a legend at AR points. I just liked reading, and I had just good literacy. I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was bored. And then they had like an AR point shop. Or like if you got AR points, you could go in there and you can get like soda and stuff and like posters and candy and all this cool stuff. And they had it like once a month. And so I would go ham. And then they made it. Well, I would get like, let's see, I'd have like probably 150 to 200 AR points a month, which is kind of ridiculous. Maybe it was closer to like 75 to 125. I don't know. It was quite a few, considering like a soda was 3, a piece of candy was 1, like a bag of chips was 2, a poster was like 10, maybe 5 to 15. I don't know, but they weren't very expensive. So when I'm pulling up with like 350 AR points, realistically, I mean not realistically, I could literally just go in there and buy the whole store. And they had to kind of set a cap on that. So they set it to where you could only have like X amount of certain things. And I don't blame them. The school districts in Ponca don't have a whole lot of funding. I imagine a lot of that came out of the teachers' pockets. So bless them. But 1 minute 50 on the clock. I've just been rambling because there's been a whole lot of nothing going on. Just a bunch of neutral. 3 minutes been shaved off the clock since that last score. And SWOSU need to pick it up a little bit here. Can't let this 3-1 lead goad you into chilling for a little bit. And I imagine if this game goes sour, we will be getting some comments from the coach. Come on, guys, lock it in. Oh, well, that's okay. It's just another one of these. It's just another one of these things where it's so very clearly in the goal. It doesn't. Nah. Well, it's so very clearly in the goal. Unless my eyes are deceiving me, and they could be. My glasses are off. I didn't bring them in here. I don't know. It's like cold in my room in my apartment. I go outside, it's like kind of warm, but over time it gets cold. And then I come into the arena and I'm cold. Then I sit down and I'm wearing this shirt with this big embroidered back. So then I get warm. And I low-key don't remember where I was going with that. So, I don't know. Cold, then I'm warm. No idea. 30 seconds though. SWOSU got to pick it up here. Got to find something going. I mean, they do have a 3-1 lead in this series, but we don't necessarily need to make it even. We don't need to make it close. Doesn't have to be that way, guys. Come on. Lock it in. The boys have got it in the bag, and I know it. 10 seconds. Applebee's Bandit trying to get something going. SWOSU could score here at the last second. Drew making the pass to Applebee's Bandit, but 3 defenders in the way. Not going to allow that to happen. And that's going to do it for this 5th game. SNU bringing it back to their side this time. Taking the game 1-0. So we will be going to a 6th game. SWOSU still in the lead, 3-2 on the series. Can't let that lead dissipate though. Gotta keep it rolling. I'm trying to figure out what they're chanting in the background. I don't really know. Was it Rocket League? I think it was Rocket League. Not Rocket League. Epic Games. I think I changed my Epic Games username to SWOSU Esports for spectating reasons because I didn't really play Fortnite. I don't play Rocket League. I didn't play Epic Games that much. And I went to go play Fortnite with my friends like a little bit ago, like months ago, like last semester, maybe even the semester before that. And I loaded in, I forgot my name was SWOSU Esports. It's back! It's back! Oh my gosh, it's back! I knew I wasn't going crazy. The score bug is back. So it says it's a 0-0 series. That is very incorrect. SWOSU were up 3-2. I wonder what breaks it. Because the last series of Rocket League that I commentated, it wasn't broken, and I spent quite a while marveling over it. But Miles is going to get a score on the board early for SNU. Reminiscent of the last game. I need it to not be a replica of the last game. But, as I said last game, plenty of time to make it back. Plenty of time for SWOSU to get something on the board here. Can't cool off just yet. Still got at least one more game to play if we win it here. Or, well, this will be the last game if we win it here. If you want to cool off quicker, then get that win quicker. It doesn't have to be a close series. We don't need to go to 7 games. We could end it on 6. By the hands of clicks. Hopefully. I can hear them giving call-outs in the arena. It's so funny. Clicks going for a shot. Can't quite find it. The angle's a little bit off, and now SWOSU going to have to play some defense here. Bless you to whoever just sneezed in the arena. Be blessed, my child. Have holy radiance for the rest of your days. Oh! Clicks is out of the party. He had enough. Is he still in the game, though? No, he's not. Is this allowed? Can you pause this game? That's not good. Well, what happens now? Do they just play it 2v3? That doesn't seem very fair. I mean, if anybody can do it, it's us, but that doesn't seem very fair at all. Harrington, if you're here, do you know if this is a thing? Oh, they're back. Maybe. Kind of awkward. Are we back? We're back. Okay. Cool. Sick. Everything is as normal. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. Hopefully that doesn't cost us this game. I'm sure it wasn't anything on his end, but Miles going to score again for SNU, dragging that lead to 2-0. Getting a bit nervous for our team. Just a little bit. I wonder if it was like an internet issue or if it was like a Rocket League server issue. Because I feel like in most games, you just like pause the match until they get back. But I don't know. All hands on deck. This game can be ruthless. But half the time down in this game 6. Gonna need to find some scores here to avoid a game 7. What you guys don't know about is game 7 Applebee's. They talk about game 4 Leo. They talk about game 6 Clay. But did they ever tell you about game 7 Applebee's Bandit? Didn't think so. Did not think so. I do find it kind of funny that SNU didn't score while we only had 2 people left. That is a nice opener, but Click's just a little bit too late to the party. Can't quite give his all for that one. Applebee's Bandit going to send it over, try to pass to him, but he's already out of the play. So a minute and a half left on the clock. The word clock is hard to say. Like, with a canker sore, I feel like I'm not fully saying the word. You have to understand that I'm saying the word clock. Oh, it's not. I thought that was a little lower than Applebee's Bandit expected, but no, he knows better than I do. Me personally, I would have gone straight up and tried to block it. What a strange concept for a game. Like the person that made Rocket League, what an interesting concept. Counter-Strike, sure. Valorant is just fancy Counter-Strike. League of Legends is just a MOBA. I mean, Dota's a MOBA. You've got MOBAs all over the place. Is there really a game out there like Rocket League? You can't say like FIFA or 2K or Madden or any of those. It's not necessarily just a sports game. It's completely different. So I'm not really sure, but Click's actually with the okay state to find that goal. Wasn't quite fast enough. Applebee's Bandit, if that defender wasn't there, that would have been a nice bank shot into the goal. But 15 seconds left on the clock, and SWOSU have to find something here and now. It's just difficult. Just passing it back and forth on this wall like 2 teenage boys having a conversation. Kicking the ball on the roof. Trying to form a thought, but that is going to do it for this game 6. And that's going to be SNU tying up the series 3-3. And we do go to a game 7. Is this where we get the coach interaction? We'll have to see. Shout out to Miles, though, putting the team on his back. I wonder what has more score value. Is it like goals or assists, or is it just a mixture of both of them? 'Cause it's interesting to look at this. So Miles has more score than Bubba by only a little bit, but he has 0 goals and 2 assists. The shots don't matter, I'm guessing. Drew had a really good score, but it was basically purely off of saves alone. So I'm not quite sure, but let's get into this last game of the series. Game 7, SWOSU Blue versus SNU. I don't know if they have a color. I think teams should have a color. I think it's fun. Because we had SWOSU Gray and SWOSU Blue. So we'll have to see. We will have to see. I am getting tired, though. I don't know why either. It's like one of those days where I didn't really do a whole lot. I'm just tired. I don't know. It could just be like the commentator curse of you just talk for a while consistently. Nice block from Drew. Oh my goodness. I was a little bit worried about that. That was beautiful. So how much score does that give him? It's 100 score pretty much for that one save. Okay. Do you get like score every time you hit the ball? I don't know. I'm trying to find out. I guess score doesn't really matter. Oh, that was a nice block by Miles. I've got to give it to this Miles guy. Looking pretty good. Doing a lot for the SNU team. But this last game, who will score first? Hoping for SWOSU, but Bubba's going to find it. And SNU, once again, you get 2 points per touch of the ball. Okay, I see. I see. And I assume that like goals and assists and saves all have like a set amount of points that they give you. Oh, that's really rough for SWOSU, I'm not going to lie. Just a little bit of sleep at the wheel. Miles going to find a quick goal right off of the tap-off. That's going to be SNU up a quick 2-0 in this Game 7. So SWOSU really need to lock it in here. 3:33 on the clock, the lucky number. Let's see what they can get done. Also, welcome to the chat. Your first-time chatter. Welcome. Applebee's Bandit going to have to save that one. That he does. Got to get some offense going. Got to find a way to break this SNU defense. It gets me worried when I see the defenders behind the ball instead of in front of the ball. And yeah, it's just hard, and Miles is going to find another one. This guy's on fire right now. Already eclipsing the score of pretty much anyone, or about evening the score up, I would say, to the best scores we've seen in these games so far. So after a really hot shot, that guy is, but need SWOSU to get some of that same energy going here if they want to win this series and this game. Both tied to the same thing, and Clicks almost finding it, but Lando Bando 20. I wonder what these numbers at their names mean. Surely 68273 is like, surely that's significant of something. Is that like a zip code or something? Or is their favorite number genuinely 68,273? I don't know. That'd be kind of fun. I don't think I've ever met somebody who has like a favorite number that's more than maybe 3 digits. You ask someone their favorite number, they're like, oh, it's 7. Most people's favorite number is 7. Or like, oh, it's 13 because it's unlucky, and then you're cool and edgy. But nobody's like, yeah, my favorite number is 72,642. How'd you know? And then you just remember that. And also, like, what of significance does that number have to you? And surely a number that high with significance is bound to change. Like, if that's like I don't know, the amount of kills I have on COD or something, that's got to change like every single game. It's got to be super dynamic, so I'm not sure. Or maybe it's like the amount of money that you spent on something. Like maybe he's got a $68,000 car that he's proud of. I wish I had a $68,000 car I was proud of. That'd be sick. I don't know. I want a JDM car. I'm not super picky. I just think the idea of right-hand drive is kind of silly. And also Japanese cars are just well made. Kind of hard to do maintenance on, to be honest, and you have to pay import tax. I was looking to, nice save from Clicks. I was looking to import like an S13 around high school because it wasn't like, I mean, it was expensive, sure, but I found one that I could like technically afford. I was like, man, that'd be so sick. Have this like silver Sylvia, but I don't know. It's like $10,000 to import them. It's not, unless you're just swimming in money, it's not worth it. Because maintenance is expensive, parts are expensive. They're not really that often found, but Drew's going to get a score, so SWOSU need 2 more of those to even up this score and to take us to an overtime. 38 seconds to do it. It's going to be tough. It's not impossible. I believe if anybody can do it, they can. I have full faith. I have full faith, but 30 seconds left on the clock. Gotta get up and get in gear. They're in a position to do something here with the ball right now. 15 seconds on the clock. Applebee's Bandits gonna have to make that, and it goes sideways a little bit. Now I believe SNU can just drag the ball as far away as possible. Drew's gonna have to do something here. Gonna go for a little bit of a solo attempt, and it's just not gonna be able to make it. And that should be this series for SNU, unfortunately, for the side of SWOSU, unless Drew can get something going here, keeping the ball afloat, but it's going to hit the ground, and that's going to be it. Kind of unfortunate. And that's going to be SNU taking the series 4-3. And an unfortunate turn of events, almost a reverse sweep. They did get the first game. But that'll do it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and watching the stream. It was a bit of a short one, bit of a... Oh, NECC Esports is raiding with a party of 27. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the game's just ended. I appreciate the raid a whole ton, but it did just end. SWOSU unfortunately lost 3-4 to SNU. But that'll be it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, and I will see you guys tomorrow, potentially, for some League of Legends. Everybody